Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to 24K Movies, Gaming, and Reviews TV shows, too. We are non-biased, and our viewpoint is not bought. We give it to you straight, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or shit. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to sit back, relax with your favorite bag of snacks, maybe that popcorn, maybe some Skittles. But we are going to review another movie today. And ladies and gentlemen, as you saw in the beginning, we are talking Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Now, everybody all across the board has had different reviews. Mine are different from everybody's just because I have different viewpoints. So let's start with the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the great. So, let's start with the good. You got the gang back together again. I love Paul Rudd. I love my boy from Stranger Things. I'm going to get back to the daughter Venkman in a second. I'm going to get back to that. There's a bunch of other sub-characters that they brought in to fill out the space. We have Ernie Hudson. We have my boy Ray Stans, Dan Aykroyd. And we got Peter Venkman back. That's right, Bill Murray comes back for a hot 2 seconds here and there to take on the big bad. Now, the good is I like where they're going with it because I like the idea that they tried to pull off. I applaud effort. I do applaud effort. Having said that, now, you guys should have given this another hour to suss out the plot and work things through. There's a lot of things that were very rushed and keyed over for the ending. There's a lot of things that was left undersaid. There's a lot of things that weren't explained. There was a lot of things that you just take on faith, boom, pow, pang, we're here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a spoiler review. So if you do not, or if you have not seen it, please don't keep going with this because I am going to drop some spoilers. All right, so my Infinity Gauntlet tells me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, so we're gonna jump into it. Now, I want to end good, so let's just get brutal out the way. Let's just get brutal out the way. Number 1, wokeness. Damn it. Why in a Ghostbusters movie do we have to insert woke? The Afterlife movie did not go there. It wasn't there. It was about fun, excitement, and celebrating the movie Ghostbusters and the life and death of my boy, oh my God, Harold Ramis and Ivan Reitman. You guys, you bodied it. I loved Afterlife. Afterlife, after that horrendous Ghostbusters rendition movie before that, we're not even going to talk about it. We're not going to go there. But why did you have to go to that aspect in this movie? First of all, I said I would go back to the daughter, Spengler, and I'm just going to go back to Egon's daughter. We're just going to go back there again. This is what we're going to hit. First of all, you cannot portray her as one of the smartest individuals in the movie in Afterlife, solving equations, mathematics problems, and helping it save the entire world because she is a Egon Spengler brain. Only to come into this movie and take the smartest character and make her do the dumbest friggin' things in the entire story. Sorry. Can't hold my tongue. Won't do it. Not gonna do it. Gone. Not gonna go there. It's the dumbest decisions, the most stupid choices. And then goes, oh, Rain, she's a kid. Yeah, I could say that if this was her first movie. But we have Ghostbusters Afterlife. And the entire character she played in Afterlife is a complete 180 from what she did here. Here, they sidetrack her and make her make the dumbest decisions in the movie. Paul Rudd is in this movie. Ant-Man is in this movie and makes smarter decisions than her. The fucking tiny Stay Puft Marshmallow Men in this movie make better decisions than her. She's a Spengler. Don't forget about that. She's Egon's seed. We've seen how smart she is. We've seen her decisions. We've seen her decision making. So then why would you turn her into this friggin' teenage clown with a crush on a ghost? And don't get me wrong, I don't mind ghost crushes. Some of the best movies have ghost crushes. The movie with Steve Guttenberg and what is her name? The girl who had the eye patch off of Kill Bill. What is her name? She was in the 50-Foot Woman. What is her name? What is the chick with the eye patch? What is the chick with the eye patch from Kill Bill?
Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah. Okay, so Daryl Hannah, Steve Guttenberg, they played in a ghost movie where he fell in love with a ghost over Beverly D'Angelo, who was a shrew of a wife, and it worked out perfectly fine. There was a movie where Reese Witherspoon, she got into a coma, and my boy Mark Ruffalo took over her apartment and fell in love with her spirit. I am not against ghost romance, but the way you portray it in this movie friggin' sucks. Come on, man. You wasted no time into the story. And the idea that she's working her for the evil big bad in this movie, transparent as hell. I saw it with Ray Charles's eyes. You guys are better than this. But this is what happens when people are just trying to cash grab on old nostalgia. The Ghostbusters Afterlife movie, there was thought into. I cried in that movie. The scene where Harold Ramis's superimposed body was there to fight at the last fight, I teared up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not made out of stone. I'm not gonna lie. I teared up and I felt that. I've never cried over a Ghostbusters movie, but you guys had that sentiment. You had the right idea, the right objective, and the right point. Why then do you follow that up with this? And there's great moments in here where I saw where you were trying to go. I love the throwbacks. I love the energy, bringing Walter Peck back. I love the nostalgia and the feels that you jump in here. But we didn't need the mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Men because people was like, hey, you know that last movie? I love that. Why don't you put them in this one? We didn't need that. Slimer, throwback character. We didn't need him. The other two characters from the first movie, we didn't need him. The weird guy who works in the new lab, we didn't need him. I know a lot of you think I'm being overly critical of the Ghostbusters, the Frozen Empire. But have this in mind. I am a gamer. By a gamer, for gamers, for all of you. There is a game called Ghostbusters The Game. They even remastered it. It was the story that, what's his name? Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis actually wanted to make for a third installment of Ghostbusters. If you've ever played the game, it is the true sequel to Ghostbusters 2. And the story is fucking phenomenal. It is one of the greatest stories. I feel, when I completed that game, I felt like I was a part of the Ghostbusters legacy. And having known that Harold Ramis passed away before Afterlife was even made me feel like I was a part of a legacy that lasted forever. I get what you guys tried to do. Afterlife, you put way more thought into that than you did this movie, and it shows. The climax of this movie lasted 20 minutes. The big bad ghost breaks out, he gets out, he freezes the entire city. We don't know if people are dead. We don't know if Spikes killed people because they don't show it, because they don't care about cities and destruction. Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2, when the city was in peril, they showed you the city be in peril. They showed you the police. They showed you the mayor panicking. They showed you the people and pedestrians. They showed them getting behind the Ghostbusters because it was their last hope. This is what a Ghostbusters movie is supposed to be. You didn't have that in this. They just wound it up, snapped it up. Oh, here we go. I'm at the firehouse. It's going down. It felt rushed. I'll give you an example. There is a movie called Krampus, where the climax of that movie, when the house is taken over and everything is frozen and the creatures storm the house. That to me is an amazing setup for a climax to an end of a movie. You guys had that to draw from, along with a host of other things. And here's the thing. If you guys wanted to do justice, real justice, Why didn't you look into Ghostbusters the game, those old scripts, and just jump right into that? The only person that did not phone in, well, the two people who did not phone in their acting for this was my boy Winston Zedmore, Ernie Hudson, and Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd played the living hell out of it as much as he possibly could, even though I know physically it was probably draining on him. Ernie Hudson, he looks like Jax. He looks like Jax's daddy. I don't know what he's doing, but my man is up there. My man is up there, and he just looks phenomenal.
He looks ripped.
But you would expect him to do the physicality in this movie, but there was no physicality from Ernie Hudson. So why the hell is he so great looking, and you can tell he's athletic, yet he was not used. He was underused in this movie. Annie Potts, bravo, bringing her back because you couldn't get Rick Moranis. I get it. I understand it. Her part, I have nothing negative to say about. The mother, she did her part as a new Ghostbusters. I give it to her. When she was on screen, she did what she needed to do, flying a drone. She did what she had. She made it happen. Paul Rudd, look, I know Ant-Man may be ending, and I know you got Marvel stuff going on, but on the same token, if you're going to jump from franchise into franchise, you got to body that shit. And he had some points in here where you could see the depth of his acting, but we all know him as a very strong actor. And I'm sorry, a lot of the times when he was on screen, I wasn't feeling it. It's like they just made it a damn joke every time he was on screen. I get he has comedy, but he does not have to be a joke every time he's on the scene. I mean, even the Ghostbusters movies, though comedy, some of them had horror elements, some of them had drama elements, and some of them were serious at points. But I will say, this is the only Ghostbusters movie I've ever seen in my entire life where people were murdered in. There was some actual murders in this movie where there was no ambiguity. It was murder. Like, you're just like, yeah, that person just died. He caught a spike to the throat. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, that went through him. Yeah, he broke. Yeah, he's dead. I give you credit for going to the limit of murdering people in here. There was also one butt shot on the beach in a thong that I'm glad you guys left that in there. Whoever was working VFX and After Effects and editing. I don't know why you guys... Oh, I know why you left it in there. I do know why. I was going to say I don't know why you left it in there, but I know why you left it in there. You know why you left it in there. We know why you left it in there. Thank you for doing that. Because some of the other Ghostbusters, they had sexuality in it. Sigourney Weaver, when she was in the chair and the hand pulls down, you got to see nipple for a quick second. That was pretty hot. Her in the underwear, you know what I'm saying, when she turned into a dog, it was pretty friggin' hot. Ghostbusters, don't forget about the synonymous, infamous BJ scene that Ray got from a ghost. Yeah, that happened. Because you weren't afraid to push the envelope. You went where the story went, and it was there. Having said that, there were no great moments. Like, you can recall key great moments from Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2, and Afterlife. There are no great key moments in here. Like I said, it's frustrating that Egon's daughter, they made her stupid. They made her choices stupid. And they sussed out a story between her and this ghost that didn't make sense. First of all, we only saw them 3 times. Maybe you only need one time to fall in love with a ghost. Maybe that's it. I don't get it. But they never talked about anything that was too in depth. They never got to really know anything. Like, there was never any point where you could understand that she would fall gaga over this dead girl. I'm sorry. There was nothing there. I've seen better chemistry in a Cheerios commercial. A fake mother and father in a Cheerios commercial, I've seen better chemistry. But having butchered all of that, it's something to watch. It's an experience. I'm hoping there's a cut of this that's an extended version with scenes, because there were some things in this movie that I saw where the scenes were going and then you just cut and we go somewhere else. There is a bunch of cameos in this from some great people. And I did like those. I did like those a lot, but it wasn't enough. Like, I get the throwbacks, I get the nostalgia, I get that you were hitting points, but at the same token, if you wanted to do more, just throw another half an hour to an hour in there. People will watch it if your movie is great. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. What can I give it here at the Game Dojo? It's definitely not a platinum. Afterlife is a platinum. This is definitely not a platinum. I would love to give it a gold, but like I said, it irked me some of the drawbacks they have in here. First of all, I do not know the schedule of the people in here, but if you could not get them to commit to the schedule, then why make them in this movie? Why have them in this movie? So I was referring to Bill Murray, who's in it maybe 2 or 3 shots, and then you wanted that big scene with him and Walter Peck, which they're only in a scene together for maybe a second. But the last time you saw them, they had such chemistry because of the hate and vile they had for each other. That's not in here. You guys could have done that. Dan Aykroyd, Ray Stantz, he has the occult books, he does his things, and they have that in Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, and they have that in Ghostbusters the Game, which I like, because Ghost Corps is one of the companies that helped make this, which surprises me that they didn't do more. They didn't do more, because I can definitely see Ghost Corps's influence in this, but I think they should have given them more liberties, because Ghost Corps has proven with 2 games that they know about the Ghostbusters franchise. They know what's fun, they know what people enjoy, and I think they should have been given more liberty in Frozen Empire. I definitely think they should. But overall, I give this I give it a silver. It's something you can sit back and watch, no brain required. It will frustrate you sometimes. It will entertain you sometimes. There's a few good jokes in it, but it's about it. That's about it. It's about silver. And I'm kind of angry, but like I said, I'm going to keep the true sequel as Ghostbusters the Game. That is an amazing story. It has all the Ghostbusters, including Peter, Ray, Egon, and Winston. It does have Annie Potts. It has Walter Peck in it. It also has It has what's her name? What is her name? Oh God, from Charmed. Alyssa Milano as one of the characters in there. It's an all-star voiced cast with a story that's amazing, and you get the real Stay Puft. No mini freaking Stay Puft microwavable mushrooms. You get the real Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You get graveyard scenes. You get real fear. You get real fighting. You get real dimensional change. You get a real story. And if you haven't played it and you haven't checked out, ladies and gentlemen, go. It's on pretty much every system out there, including PC. Go get a copy of it. You could probably find a copy of it for $10, maybe $20. I guarantee you it will be one of the best experiences of your life if you are a Ghostbusters fan. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is our true. So we're going to say Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2, Ghostbusters the Game, and then Afterlife. I'll accept this as the 5th installment, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I waited for this one and I wanted to see this one, and just disappointed. It could have been so much more, and there were definitely glimpses of what it could have been. There are definitely great moments where I saw where they wanted to go with this, and it seems like it was just a fight between ideas and minds, and I just wish they had just let them had their way and told the story that they wanted to go. That's it. So it's a silver. Here from the Game Dojo, I'm your host, the Game Ninja. We were talking about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a silver rating. Go and watch it if you have time. Like I said, decide for yourself. Unfortunately, when it comes to Ghostbusters in the franchise, this sits very last for me, beyond the game, beyond the other installments. And, well, no, I ain't going to say last, because there's another Ghostbusters that's way beyond this at last place, and we're not even going to review that. We're just going to say Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy and making Chris Hemsworth a dumb blonde behind a desk. That was just the most god-awful Ghostbusters experience ever. But this is definitely, on its worst day, better than that movie. By fathoms. Anyway, I'll check you guys out later. Don't forget, open up them DVDs, crack it out. They trying to get rid of physical media, y'all. Go back into your stash. Go out and buy some DVDs while they're still available. Some of your favorite stories you want to keep forever, because digital, as we know now, you don't own. Whenever they want to run out, copyrights run out, and liberties run out, you lose your digital. Not if you got that DVD, that VCR tape, or that downloaded copy. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, keep watching and enjoy. I'll check you guys later.